What's going on, TW fans? Thomas here, bringing you this week's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. And a happy Cinco de Mayo to my anglers out there. Hopefully you guys are out on the water, crushing tacos and catching some fish. We're working hard over here, bringing in new products for you as always. So we're gonna jump right in, take a look at a couple new accessories that we got. First one up is going to be from Graph Glass. This is the Graph Glass Clear Fishfinder Screen Protector. We've had the anti-glare model before, now we have their clear version. So it's made from the same 9H tempered glass. It's premium Japanese glass, so you can get an ultra clear view of your screen, and it's touch friendly, all that. So I mean, you can just mount it on whatever fish finder you have, and you're gonna get that added protection. So if you're doing any close quarters fishing, flipping, pitching, punching, anything like that, if you ever had one of those weights sailing back at you at sonic speeds out of the water, you know how dangerous they can be. Rather have it beat up this glass protector than your unit itself. I mean, those are one of the more expensive investments on your boat, so you definitely want to keep those things protected. It has a pretty cool oleophobic coating on it, so it's gonna, make any of that dirt, grime, oils, anything like that wipe off super quick and easy. So it's really, really quick to clean and maintain. Comes with everything you need to install it, so you'll get a quick wipe down for your current glass, and then this little handy suction cup here to actually mount the thing. So everything you need, super easy to install, really effective at keeping your investments protected. All right, let's take a look at another accessory. This one's gonna be a new company to Tackle Warehouse. We got the butt dial. And no, I'm not talking about an unintentional phone call from your derriere. This is the butt dial fishing line tracker system. So, maybe this isn't for every angler. I know some of the old school guys are out there are still sharpieing on their reel, or maybe taking some tape, putting it around the rod and marking, what size, what pound test line you have on here. Well, this is just gonna make it a little bit more organized, a little bit easier. So you have 4 different options here. You can go mono, copolymer, fluoro, and braid, and then just countless different pound test options on below. So it's gonna cover just about any setup that you have. How it works is you actually just slip this thing right on the end of your fishing rod, goes on there nice and secure, and then you just dial it to whatever you got. So it's gonna be great for your tournament angler that has 10 setups on the deck, got 20 more back in the garage. It's gonna help that tournament angler stay organized and remember what's on there, but not just for our tournament guys with endless setups and sponsors and all that. Great for your casual fisherman, your weekend warrior, any of those guys, somebody that maybe you put your rod and reel away for weeks, months at a time. If your water ices over and you have to go a whole season without fishing, this is just gonna help you remember exactly what setup is on your reel, save you a little bit of time, organize things better, and maybe even save you some money. So a cool fishing accessory, the butt dial fishing line tracker. All right, let's jump into some actual fishing gear. First up, we got a new reel from Garcia. This is the Garcia Max Pro casting reel. It's a great reel, durable, lightweight, strong. It actually has a full one-piece graphite construction with graphite side plates. It makes it really lightweight, easy to palm in your hand, feels good. Has the custom co-molded knobs on here that say Garcia. So not only is that gonna give you a good dose of style, but it also is gonna give you a nice, secure, comfortable grip. Whether it's raining and wet out, not gonna slide off. Whether it's super hot, maybe you're sweaty, or it's just hot, it's gonna be comfortable, easy grip on there. So again, that lightweight construction, you have a double anodized spool inside this one. You have their power disc drag system, so you're gonna get an incredible amount of power out of this one, and 7+1 bearings, so smooth operation as well. All that lightweight power comes in at $85. Pretty tough to beat on this good looking, comfortable, lightweight, strong reel. All right, let's actually take a look at some tackle now. First one up is gonna be a new finesse option from Flatlands Tackle. This is the Flatlands Swinging Weedless Ned Head. So it kind of takes a traditional Ned Head presentation, and we're gonna add this pivoting, wobbling, swinging factor to it. So it's molded around this 1/0 durable hook. So even if you have a bruiser fish on the end, as long as your drag is set correct, it's not gonna bend out, it's not gonna fail. Super sharp, so you're gonna get that quick penetration, which is key for any finesse techniques, but down here you get that swinging head. So it's just gonna add a more erratic, wobbling action as you're working this one along the rocks, dragging it along the bottom. Maybe you're not gonna work this one as still or dead sticking it that you would with some of the other traditional Ned heads. This one's gonna be more of a nice slow drag technique, kind of skipping along the bottom. You can almost kind of think of it like a crankbait as it's swinging along, bouncing, deflecting off. It's a weedless hook on there, and with that swinging head, it's gonna be pretty tough to hang up. So just a good snagless version. So any finesse fishermen out there, definitely be a new look that you're gonna wanna add to your arsenal. All right, let's go opposite end of the spectrum for jigs. We're gonna go Magnum, the big bites Magnum worm head. This thing is made for fishing your bigger, bulkier plastics. Maybe you're targeting some of those deep brush piles, deep underwater rock piles, ledges, anything like that where you're gonna go kind of deeper and you need to upsize that plastic. Big Bite Baits has you covered. This one's molded around a 6/0 Gamakatsu hook. So you have a big beefy hook that is still super sharp. So especially on those deep water techniques we were just talking about, you have a lot of line in the water. It's really, really important for that fast penetration to get a solid hook set in them when you have that much line out there and they're that deep. And sometimes maybe you're not able to feel all those bites, especially if it's a subtle bite. As you work down the shaft here, we do have a screw lock keeper system. Great for your bulkier plastics. It's gonna hold it on there securely. Fish are not gonna be able to pull it off. And then we have a durable painted chip resistant head on there. So if you're banging it around on some of those deeper rocks, it's gonna hold up pretty well. It's gonna take a long time for any of that stuff to chip or flake off. So a great Magnum worm head for you. All right, let's take a look at some more jigs, this time from Freedom Tackle. We have a whole new series of jigs from Freedom Tackle. I'm gonna kind of talk about the similarities to them, and then we'll dive into kind of each jig. So all of them are gonna feature either rattles, or they're at least gonna have a rattle band collar, so you can add your own favorite rattle. So you're just gonna get an acoustic layer to your presentation. They all have this 50-strand premium silicone skirting. You can get pulsating, flowing action, built around a premium black nickel hook, so it's gonna be kind of a covert approach with that black nickel coloring on there, but still sticky, sharp, and strong. And then their proprietary keeper system on here. It's their no-slip keeper system. So when you thread your favorite trailer on, whether it be a craw, a creature bait, maybe a swim bait, a little paddle tail swim bait on this swim jig, it's not gonna slide off. And I think my favorite feature is they actually have the weights stamped on all of them. If you're anything like me, you have a jig box full of jigs, every different size, especially if it's different, materials, lead versus tungsten, or just different shapes, heads. Sometimes it's tough to tell exactly what weight's on there. It's got it stamped. No more guessing, no more trying to figure it out. Quick ID stamp so you know exactly what you're throwing in the water each time. All right, let's take a look at some of the jig heads themselves. First up, they have their versatile structure head. This one comes with those rattles that I was talking about earlier, and it's just a good versatile, any kind of complex structure. You're gonna be able to throw this one, kind of some vegetation, clear water, anything like that. It's a good versatile rod. It's got kind of a moderate weed guard, so it's gonna collapse easily and quickly for a good hook set. Next up, we have their Flipping Jig. Head structure is a little bit different on this one. Again, we have the rattles included, but this head is heavier and more streamlined, designed to punch through mats, get through heavy cover, grasses, anything like that. It's got a really stout weed guard, so you're gonna be able to shed more of that unwanted vegetation and hang up less. On the back, we have one of those gagger hooks, a big, stout hook, so you're gonna be able to haul any of those grumpy bass out of thick cover with ease. So just a good flipping hook. That gauge is also gonna allow you to use some of your heavier braids, maybe heavy fluorocarbon if you're in clear water. So a nice flipping jig. Next, we have their Football Jig. This one doesn't have the rattles, but it does have that rattle band collar, so you can add them if you'd like. Standard football head side actually has some serrations on it. It's gonna give you a really, really wide wobble. Great for coming over gravel, chunk rock, boulders, ledge fishing, hard structure. That's what these football heads are designed for. They're not gonna hang up when you're coming through those rocky bottoms. So a good one for that. And last, we have their Swim Jig. This one's gonna be another versatile one. You're gonna be able to throw this in some of your lighter vegetation, grasses, but it's also gonna be great for open water. So you have that moderate jig or weed guard again, so it's gonna collapse easily on the hook set, but you have kind of a medium gauge wire. So you can run through some of that cover and stand up to big grumpy fish. Again, if you wanna go straight braid, that that hook is gonna be able to accommodate that. So awesome new jigs. All right, let's kind of switch gears here. We're now gonna go to a moving bait. This time from Lunkerhunt, the Lunkerhunt Impact Jolt 8F flat-sided crankbait. As the name implies, of course, we have a flat-sided structure on the sides here. It's gonna give it a really, really tight wobble. So that action is gonna call fish in from a long way. And when they do come in, they're gonna be greeted with a really detailed body. So you have 3D scales, 3D gill rakers, 3D mandibles, 3D eyes, and then just a great durable paint scheme. So a lot to look at on this one when they come up to hammer that bait. Up front, we have a durable bill, and that bill is gonna grab water and dig really fast. You're gonna be able to dive down quickly to desired depth and get it running and tracking true. Not only is it gonna be durable and get you down quick, it's also gonna deflect really, really effectively. Any crankbait fisherman knows most of your bites come after you bump into something, give it a pause, or even just continue on with that retrieve. That's usually when these things get hammered. So this is a really good one for deflecting and tracking back straight. And just like the jigs that I was talking about earlier, this one has the depth actually stamped onto it. So 0 to 8 feet on this one. I really like that. Again, same story. I have a box full of crankbaits. Can't really remember. I mean, of course, you can judge by bill size, but maybe it's a little bit tough to know exactly how deep it runs. Stamped right on there, it just makes it really easy. No more guessing. You know what you're tying on. You know what you're throwing in the water. So an awesome crankbait to check out from Lunkerhunt. All right, we got a new company in to tackle warehouse, Grundens. And if you saltwater anglers out there, maybe you're familiar with it, but freshwater as well. They're making a big surge in all of it. So let's take a look at a few pieces. Make sure you head over to tacklewarehouse.com because I'm only gonna highlight some of them here, but we got a whole slew of new stuff from Grundens. First up, we have their Transmit rain suit. 20K waterproof, 20K breathable, incredibly comfortable. So it actually has a really nice, soft, next-to-skin lining in there. So if you want to wear a t-shirt under the jacket, maybe you want to just rock your favorite pair of shorts under the bibs, it's going to be really comfortable even next to skin. So most importantly, it's going to keep you really waterproof and comfortable in any of those, kind of torrential downpours or sudden squalls. Quick, easy on, quick, easy off, a really effective rain suit. Kind of to pair with it, we have their Deck Boss ankle boots. Now the guys in the shop here are really excited about them. I've already used one of these on a cod trip, incredibly comfortable. A day, standing on your feet all day on the deck of a boat can be exhausting. These are gonna help reduce some of that fatigue, and it's just a really comfortable fit. I like that ankle high, gives you a little bit of support on there, but it doesn't go all the way up your calves, overheat you. So if you're in kind of the warmer climates like we are out here on the West Coast, this is a great option. Similarly, we have their Deck Boss Sandal. Now this is actually a collaboration with another company, SeaDeck. Some of you guys may be familiar with that. They make the foam decking material that goes on top of bass boats and a lot of ocean boats. Well, same stuff in here, really impact resistant and comfortable. So again, if you're on your feet all day, it's gonna keep you comfortable. West Coast fishermen, East Coast fishermen, maybe down like Florida where you just need a sandal. They're in that pretty much all year long. A great option, durable, long lasting, incredibly comfortable. Some of their performance wear, we have their Solstrale Hoody. So this one's gonna be UPF 50 plus. It's got nice venting on the arms and the side, so it's designed to keep you cool in some of those hotter climates and also kind of avoid wearing a bunch of that messy sunscreen that you have to constantly reapply. You got that sun protection, that sun shield built right into this shirt. A bunch of other technologies that are into it to help, antimicrobial stuff, keep you smelling fresh, feeling comfortable, so make sure you head over to the website to check all those out. And then also they have some just kind of standard apparel on here too. We have their rope knot t-shirt, comfortable t-shirt, good style to it, and then we have their captain's hat, kind of a collision of vintage style but contemporary comfortable materials. So there's good look stuff all around. Make sure you head over to tacklewarehouse.com to check all that out. While you're there, head on over and check out some of the Tackle Warehouse apparel. Right now I'm rocking the retro shirt. Got nice graphics on the front and back, of course. Now these aren't just available in t-shirts, we also have hats with that retro logo, and we have hoodies as well. So we got covered for every situation out there. Make sure you're looking good on the water as well as catching those fish. All right guys, well that's gonna wrap up this week's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. To learn more about these products or to shop for them, make sure to click shop or the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you wanna see more like it, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And let us know in the comments below which one of these you're most stoked about. Are you excited to try out this new butt dial, or what about one of these jigs, something like that? Let us know what you guys think. All right, till next week, y'all have a good one.